Yo!
Welcome to Two Thots Just Thinkin. And since last year was stinkin', I was thinking about focusing on the good memories from last year. And so we're going to do a top 10 moments of 2020.
I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with my brother this year, so my number 10 spot goes to a day when I did. I took my brother to Tanger Outlet Mall, and we got to shop around for Christmas presents for our friends and family, and we got to catch up with each other, and that's what was really important to me, that we got to spend time together and talk, and it was really nice.
Yeah, my number 10 was Valentine's Day, because, well, one, we got all dressed up, and that was great, to be able to go out with our friends and actually, feel like we were hitting the town, especially not knowing a pandemic was coming, but then it happening, it was oh, that was great. And we went to go see the Sonic movie, which was better than expected, but still just funny that it's happening at all, that it exists. And then afterwards went to Sonic to eat. Had a great time.
My number 9 spot was also a time before the pandemic shut everything down. My friend Abby and I went out to the malls a couple of times, and it didn't really matter where we went, just that we had such a good time. And Abby shares my love of Big Time Rush, and so a lot of time we would be jamming out to Big Time Rush, and Abby and I have a friendship song, and it's Halfway There by Big Time Rush, and so it was just to feel that love and power from Big Time Rush through Abby was something special.
Yeah, and my number 9 is also pretty early on in the year. It was actually the first Friday of January because in Atlanta, there's this organization called Music with Friends that the first Friday of every month they have a concert. Went to it because my friend Imp was performing. I took Autumn with me, and it was a lot of fun. It felt cool just showing up to an event and actually knowing people that were there. And we got pizza at, what was it called? Little Five. It was Little Five Pizza. Because it's in Little 5 Points. And after the... we were why were we running late on time? We were running out of time.
The parking lot.
Parking, yeah, we had to pay our parking ticket would go up if we were past a certain point. So we watched the first 2 acts, and then Imp went on. And as soon as Imp got off stage, even though there was someone after them, we booked it. We ran up the street to the truck. That was hilarious.
In the rain.
Why'd I put that at 9? That was pretty fucking good.
My number 8 spot was Valentine's Day, which Zachary already touched on. Seeing Sonic, going to Sonic, Sonicception, because it came out on Valentine's Day, and I was like, that's the stupidest date idea. We have to do it. So we did. And it was perfect.
My number 8 was actually our first anniversary. December. We have been together for a whole year. That was so sweet. I got to spend the day at home alone, and I felt like I was living my housewife dream. I cleaned all day, and then before she got home from work, I cooked dinner. And when she got there, we had a sweet romantic dinner and watched Vikings afterwards. And just had a lot of fun for the rest of the night.
You can say that again. So, number 7 for me was the last night I ever worked at Starbucks. I'd been there for a year and a half, and I really loved it, but that last night was the night that they shut down because of the pandemic. We had to clean up everything because at that point we thought we were shutting down for a month, but I knew it was my last night. So getting to gut everything, really take everything off of the bar and cleaning everything for the last time and seeing it so empty and bare was really surreal, and it felt like the store was dying with my leaving, and that felt good. That made me feel important.
The store did die when you left.
Yeah.
My number 7 spot was Autumn's birthday, she turned 21, so we had a lot of drink, just so much alcohol. And then, because it's been pandemic, we haven't got to see our friends very much, but we had our friend Tuesday come over, and it was the first time that they got to meet one of my roommates, and they really hit it off. So they were having a lot of fun, and collectively we're all just having a lot of fun. And then pretty late in the night, while we were still drunk, Autumn was like, let's do shots. And I was like, okay. I was thinking we'd do 1 or 2. We did 4 shots of vodka.
4 back to back to back to back.
And we lived.
Mm-hmm. And then we yelled in the floor drunkenly.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
It's wild.
So my number 6 spot goes to my brother's graduation. There was a lot of question whether or not he was gonna graduate at all. Like, he'd been kind of thinking about dropping out, but he made it through and he graduated. And we didn't think he was gonna get to have like a real graduation ceremony because of the pandemic, but they were able to turn it out, and he got to walk in the cap and gown, in the same cap and gown that I wore and that Tuesday wore as well. So when her brother graduates, he's gonna wear it as well.
Just small town shit.
Yeah. It was so good to just be able to celebrate him and his achievement the way he did for mine when I graduated high school.
And for me, number 6 has got to go to New Year's, like January 1st. And you said this a few days ago, but it did feel like when we were really falling in love, you know? Mm-hmm. Because we had already been at our friend's house for a New Year's Eve party, had a little bit to drink, but then I wasn't drinking anymore because I was doing sober January, so we already come down from drinking, and we were watching one of the... we were watching that penguin movie, Surf's Up. We were watching Surf's Up, and then it was really late when we left, but we didn't want to like leave. We didn't want to stop hanging out or go home, so we just went to the park and watched the sunrise, and it was fucking freezing.
Yeah,
it was so cold, but we were sitting in the back of your truck and watched the sunrise. That was a big moment. And then also all the conversations we had, we really opened up a lot more with each other than we had before.
And then my number 5 was my birthday, which Zachary already talked about. But you know, I'm 21 now. Thought I was gonna go to Vegas. I did not do that because it is a pandemic, unfortunately. Thought I was gonna have a big rager with all my friends. Did not do that.
We kinda did. Just not all our friends.
But you know, with the friends I was able to be around, I had just the best time. And honestly, it would be really cool to go to Vegas, but I wouldn't change that night for anything.
My number 5 was also fairly early in the year, near the end of January. We had just gone to Emotionless in White concert the day before, but then they were having an Oddities convention at the Masquerade right like the next day after. So we went to that too, and some of Autumn's friends came, and I got to know them a lot better than I had known them previously. But it was just cool hanging out and seeing a bunch of crazy shit. It was a really weird environment. Like, Oddities is a better way to describe the people that were there than the actual stuff that was there, because a lot of it was just some pretty cool art. I mean, obviously, like, Oddities weird art, but it's still that, like, animals in jars, and there were a lot of, like, deer heads and shit. Like,
a surprising amount of
pretty weird, like, but
just southern things, taxidermy.
Yeah, a lot of taxidermy. But we got some cool satanic shit there. And
yeah, we did.
Then afterwards we went to a burger joint. Right. Yeah. We went to some burger joint that our friend wanted to go to, and it was really good. We got a cool like booth that made me feel like we were royalty compared to everyone else there. It was like raised up and where everyone could see us. I don't know why they put us there other than just the amount of people we had with us. I got Mallory to sneak me a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fit. My fit.
Our outfits were so good.
I'll have to put a picture up. Like
the bear hat. You got so many compliments on the bear hat.
Oh my gosh, the compliments. But yeah, that was a really fun day.
Yeah.
And we took Polaroids.
Mm-hmm.
Polaroid. Rusty wants to be a part of this video so bad.
Should I start talking?
Yeah.
Just leave him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. My number 4 spot goes to our 1-year anniversary. They made me a dinner, and it was really romantic, and they got me flowers. I didn't think they were going to get me flowers, but it meant so much.
Think again.
Just to be able to celebrate each other and our love, the fact that we've been in love for a whole year, like, it was just really the best.
My number 4, a bit different from the rest of this. My number 4 spot was, so there was an autonomous zone in Atlanta you may have heard about. And me and my friends walked down there to check it out, because we're pretty active, pro-activism, you know. As an anarchist, love to see an autonomous zone, just people coming together and trying to do something outside of the government. And we walked there because we didn't have a car. And the police presence was scary. Not just the police presence, but also like militias coming from all over the place. Like, there were people there from Texas. It's like, what the fuck are these white boys from Texas doing here in this, like, basically an autonomous zone for the black people that had lived there for generations? It was very strange and a little scary. But then afterwards we went to I think we got a lift. No, I think we might have just walked. I don't remember, but we rented a car from like an airport up the street, and then went to the gun range and shot some guns. And that was my first time going to a gun range, so that was really fun and also scary. But it felt good to bang bang.
So my third best moment of the whole year happened pretty early on. It was the same weekend as the Oddities convention. We went to see Motionless in White in concert, and I'd wanted to see them in concert for like 3 years, and I used like the last of my Christmas money to buy us tickets to this concert, and oh my god, it was so much fun. We got pushed around so much. Zachary had to save me from getting thrown in the pit. That's the night you broke your glasses.
Mm-hmm. In the pit.
In the pit.
It's rough.
They're one of my favorite bands, and we got so close to the stage. And then the next day was the Oddities convention in the same room as the Motionless in White concert. And that was the whole weekend culminated to be just such a perfect time.
For me, my number 3 spot was in July. It was a week where her mom went on vacation and we got the house to ourselves. And that it was like a little slice out of reality, like a little piece of heaven. Because it was just no responsibilities, complete comfort. We had a little guinea pig that we were taking care of, and it was super romantic, and there was like no responsibilities, just relax and have fun. And since your mom only had a little antenna at the time, I watched like
Satellite.
satellite news every day, and that was an interesting change of pace since I'm usually just on the internet all the time and don't have television.
Second best moment of the year was this last New Year's, January 1st, 2020. We got to hang out with our friends, and just like after we'd had all that good social interaction, we got to like break off and be just together, and it really sealed the deal on us as a couple. We were like, this was like the moment that we fell in love, I feel like. And it happened for both of us like that.
We were talking about running away and joining the circus.
Yeah, we were.
Number 2, quarantine. When my quarantine first started in March, there was a 4-day period where I was living with 4 other people at the time, and at the beginning it was a 4-day period of just me and my best friend stuck in the house, because the person that exposed us was one of our bitch-ass roommates who we told not to come home so he wouldn't expose us, even though he did anyways, like a bitch, and then didn't stay. This whole long story of real messy shit. But for the period of time that it was just me and him, we got, it was so much less stress than living with everyone else we lived with at the time, and then also we could get things accomplished that we just were putting off when we were living with other people. Like, we actually practiced, because we were trying to start a band, and we actually got practice in every day and covered a few songs, and it just really felt like a moment that could have gone somewhere, like a moment of productivity. It was a brief period of time where it felt right. I felt like myself, and not like I was being pushed around by the world and put into this mold. It was just creativity and, at the same time, comfort.
All right, and for our number 1, for the best moment of the year, we agreed that each of our best moments was this past Christmas.
That says a lot about this year. The best moment for 2 non-Christians was Christmas.
Yeah.
That's how shit 2020 was.
My mom made breakfast and had my brother and his girlfriend over, and so the 5 of us got to all hang out for that was the first time we'd all been together, right?
No.
Oh.
The second time. The first time was also at your mom's.
Well, I'm sure.
That was early in pandemic. That was like April or May when we first all had.
Weird.
It may have been breakfast the first time too. We ate something together.
After breakfast, we took a nap and then went to dinner.
Dinner.
At the granny's house.
Yeah, so breakfast was interesting. It was almost like pretending the pandemic wasn't happening because we knew we were all safe and we just didn't talk about it, and I don't know, it was a weird moment of coming together with her family in a way I hadn't done before. And it was like having a second Christmas, because that had not really happened to me either. Christmas was always just focused around my family, and then that was like having a second Christmas early in the day, which I'm not used to getting up that early, and that also added an element of excitement. But yeah, then afterwards we came back here, took a nap, a well-needed nap, and then went to my granny's to have regular Christmas dinner, and that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
The dressing and the banana pudding was fucking great too. But yeah, we watched White Christmas, which is a tradition, and that was always fun. What did we do after that? It felt like more
We
happened.
just watched the Ed Sullivan Christmas tribute.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that was annoying.
Yeah, it was.
But it
Nothing
was,
against.
But we got drunk. That's what it was.
anything.
Is your present was amaretto,
Mm-hmm.
and we were getting drunk at Granny's.
Mm-hmm. We didn't have to drive home.
I would recommend getting drunk with your grandparents if they're cool. Your cool grandparent. And that was it, folks.
That's it.
That was
That's
it.
all. That was
Bye, Rusty.
the good parts of 2020. Bye, Rusty.
Like and subscribe. We'll be doing this every week. Hopefully. Maybe. Who knows? How do you end a video?
Well, we started with yo. What's the opposite of yo?
Hello?
L. No, we should not do that.
Maybe we just hug.
Maybe we just hug. You just wanted to hug me.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. That's sweet.